Right now, we're going to be talking with Neil and Shari about pancreatic cancer and what it is, what does it take to find a cure. So which was going to talk first? Good to see you guys again.
Good. It's wonderful to have you invite us back year after year.
Thank you very much. So what does it take to cure pancreatic cancer?
Fundraisers?
Basically,
Money.
Yeah.
Lots of money. The federal government really only provides about 2% of its cancer funding for pancreatic cancer research.
Okay.
The Lustgarten Foundation started in 1998 and devoted all of its fundraising to pancreatic cancer research. And that was the start of it.
So do you want to go through your slides maybe? Would that help
We could.
to kind of outline it?
Mostly the slides are about our walk.
Okay, well, let's finish talking about the pancreatic
Okay.
cancer.
Okay. Okay, so about 15 years ago, pancreatic cancer was largely ignored, mostly because the mortality rate is so high.
I mean, it's like that. I mean, I had
Yeah.
2 dear friends die
Yes.
of that. So.
Yes, typically it presents itself in stage 4. People start complaining about pains, front to back pain or abdominal pain, indigestion, and most doctors think, okay, well, let me give you something for it, or
Yeah, because they're
not specific.
it's non-specific.
It's very
Exactly.
diffuse symptoms.
Yeah.
and then by the time they do the testing, they find, oh, well, it's gone here, it's gone to your lungs, it's gone to your liver.
Metastasized.
Yeah. So there is no treatment other than to extend life through chemotherapy and radiation.
You can't do it without your pancreas. I mean,
Well, you can.
You can,
yeah.
and my niece actually
Had it
has.
removed.
She had her pancreas removed, and she's, it's been 6 years now.
So she uses insulin then.
Yes.
She gets insulin, long-term, short-term and long-term insulin
because
that she injects.
that's where your insulin is made.
And the pancreas also supplies over 100 different kinds of enzymes that are used to help digestion.
Yeah.
So the
The
pancreas.
bottom line is, though, that you can survive without your pancreas, but if the diagnosis of pancreatic cancer is early enough that it's
You can
simply
take
in
it.
your pancreas, then it's operable, and
Right.
then it's got a better
But
survival
you don't have
rate.
the symptoms, so you don't
You don't
know
have
it.
the
Right.
symptoms.
If-
Occasionally, we know somebody who actually had the symptoms early on.
Okay.
And she was diagnosed right then and there. He said, let's go for testing. The surgeon went in, removed it, and she is alive 25 years later.
Yeah.
Well, because you got rid of the cause.
Yeah,
Exactly. So
exactly.
it's a matter of, so that's why research into early detection is
There's
as
no blood
important.
tests or no.
They're working on that.
They're working on
You know that 16-year-old, I forget his name, but he started it. He's now working on something else.
Yeah.
But Hopkins has now spearheaded research using that blood test. Hopefully soon it'll go into clinical trials, and then hopefully we'll find something that is an early detector.
And
Yes,
it's
and
non-invasive.
Yeah,
So
and-
it can be an inexpensive screening that insurance companies will approve.
Like the
Okay.
PSA test for men.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, if you can catch it early enough, it's in the insurance company's best interest
Yes.
to support these
Sure.
tests so that they don't have to pay for the long run at the other
Yep.
end.
Yep, exactly.
Is there any DNA work being done?
Yes.
There is some DNA work, gene testing. The genome has been identified. The genomes in terms of pancreatic research are being worked on extensively. Approximately 65 genes have been identified at this point, but they don't know which of these genes are the drivers for the cancer and which are just riding along.
Yeah.
And they're working on that. They do have some possibilities that Hopkins and some other research centers around the country are working on.
What?
And they're working in unison now.
Well, they said they're working now. I mean, I think that this is the new trend in all cancer research, that rather than having competing grants, they're forming
together.
consortiums and working together.
Yes.
And in fact, Lustgarten is working with Stand Up to Cancer, the same thing. So they're all jointly funding this, and that's what gives us greatest hope.
So you just used the word funding.
Yes.
So you are trying to raise some money.
We
So-
are.
we are.
We
So
are.
let's take a look at those slides maybe, and that'll tell people how they can get
Okay.
involved.
Okay.
This is our walk. This will be the 12th annual walk. Last year, we made over $112,000 on our walk through the fundraising of our walkers and corporate sponsorship. And we're hoping to raise more this year.
Hopefully a lot more.
Good, good. And
Yeah.
where is it going to be?
At the Elm Avenue Town Park in Delmar. The large pavilion is where we start off.
And registration will start at 8 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
The walk itself will start around 10:15.
Right. And before we actually take off to walk, at the pavilion, there will be music by Code Blue Albany. There will be face painting, purple hair extensions, a balloon artist, 50-50 raffle, pick a prize auction.
You got a lot going on.
So
We
yeah,
do.
It's a
it's a
party.
fun, it's a fun
It is.
event.
It's a
It's
party.
wheelchair accessible. It's stroller accessible. We invite people to bring their pets. We'll have a pet parade and a contest for that.
Good.
As we've told you before, after about the 4th year, after going through mourning, we decided, we need to celebrate the lives of those we've lost. And we changed the way we presented the walk and made it more like a party and bringing families together and joining and walking and having a good time and celebrating those that we've loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the way it is now, and
Yeah.
we try to make this a real party kind of atmosphere.
And
it
in fact, many of the
raises awareness,
families
too.
that come back year after year as teams do consider this to be their family reunion.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we have the park setting, we have picnic tables.
Right.
This year, as we started last year, we invited Four Corners Food Truck to come after the walk for lunch. So they will provide sandwiches and sides and beverages. 25% of the profits will go toward the walk.
oh, nice.
We have complimentary coffee, tea, apple cider, and
And apple cider
donuts. Courtesy coffee by Dunkin' Donuts, the apple cider donuts, and the apple cider from Price Chopper. So
You really have a lot of community support.
we do. We
We
have a
do.
lot of community support. It's a very heartwarming event to see everybody coming together with the same memories and the same hope for the future,
And
that
we
that we
actually-
will have early detection and a cure.
We have a very good committee
Yes.
that puts this all together. We don't do it by ourselves. There is a large group of people that we work with. And
Well, I can
each-
tell because you can't do this all by
No,
yourself.
no,
No.
there's no way. That's how we've grown. We've grown by having people join us in planning it and bringing their connections. It's a whole sociogram.
Yeah.
Now, I hate to use this word, but what if it rains?
We rain or shine,
There you go.
Rain or shine.
and that's the nice thing about the park because all of the pre-walk things are in the covered pavilion.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes.
See, I had to say that because
Yes.
people were saying, well, what if, is there a rain day? So, no,
Yep,
no
no.
rain day. You planned it and it's
stands,
going to
it
happen.
stands.
We
and it's
have
gonna happen.
the non-walking is all covered, and if people want to come and if they're gun shy about walking in the rain, if it happens to rain, they can stay in the pavilion, and as long as they give us money, they're welcome.
You don't care. But there's something fun about walking in the rain.
Absolutely.
We can all
Singing in
sing
the
the
rain.
song, Singing
Yeah.
in the Rain.
We can do
Absolutely.
it. So
Yeah.
whatever it is, you are going to have a good time. Not only that, but you are putting money where it counts. It's going to Lustgarten Pancreatic Cancer Research. We've got to find early detection. It's, we talk so much about drugs and cures and things like that. We need to find early
Yes.
detection because that's where we can stop
And what
it.
we did not mention is the fact that Lustgarten Foundation's operating expenses are thoroughly underwritten by Cablevision in Long Island because it's named for Mark Lustgarten, who was on their board and was president of
Okay.
Madison Square Garden. So 100% of every penny raised goes to research. Which is unheard of in the nonprofit world.
I know. But this is wonderful. I'm
Yeah.
so glad to see
So we're
that
very, very proud to
Yeah.
raise money for them.
You certainly are dedicated.
Thank you.
Yeah, good.
We're thinking about our children and our grandchildren.
Yeah, exactly.
Because for me,
It's in your family.
I lost 3 family members, and my pancreas is not the greatest in the world. In fact, tomorrow I'm going to be monitoring it again. And eventually I'm going to have it out.
Yeah. And that might be the choice to make.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry any, well, you
Well,
always worry, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But the big cause is going to be gone.
Yes.
That's
And we
right.
also want to give a big shout out to our largest sponsors. So that would be Rensselaer Honda and St. Peter's Medical Associates, their pancreas surgery group. And we have many, many other sponsors as well.
That's all right. And if you go to their web page, because they do have a web page, and I got that on my Facebook and also on my newsletter, you'll be able to go to there. And if you want to learn more about it, believe me, you give them a call. I'm sure they'll tell you everything you need
absolutely.
to know.
Sure.
Right?
No
Yes.
problem.
Thanks
There's,
so much.
and if you go to www.albanypcrwalk.org, you can also drop us, there's an email for contacting us as well.
Good, good. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
inviting
I hope
us.
that you get a big, I hope you have to hire an armored truck.
Me too.
That would be the
Two
best
armored
news.
trucks.
2 armored. Let's not get greedy.
There we go.
Good. Thanks so much for
Thank
being
you.
here.